Camera, action! Welcome, dear viewers, to CFO Today International Season 3, where we're about to embark on a thrilling journey into the world of cinema. Have you ever dreamt of creating your own film? Well, today, you're in for a special treat. We'll be joined by the brilliant minds behind the award-winning INCinema film from the Ecclesiastical District of Northwest California. So let's get ready for a roller coaster of entertainment. Welcome to the Breaktainment.
Do you like watching movies, or have you ever wondered what it takes to make your own film?
If your answer is yes, stay tuned because you're in for a special treat. We'll be joined by the creators, cast, and crew of the award-winning INCinema film, The Things We Said Today. We are just so excited to be here today.
Because CFO Today International is now on its third season.
That's right. Let's get ready for
The Breaktainment. All that and more
when we return in
CFO Today Season 3.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Breaktainment.
And as mentioned earlier, the cast of the INCinema film, The Things We Said Today, are here with us today. But before we continue, I just want to introduce myself. I'm one of your hosts, one of two. My name is James Santos from the local congregation of San Pablo, serving as its cathedral president.
And I am Sister Shauna Domingo from the local congregation of Pacifica, and I am the district Cathedral vice president here in the District of Northwest California. And with us today are...
Hi everyone, Brother David Corona from the local congregation of Antioch. I am the third head deacon of our locale.
Hi, my name is Sister Catalina Corona. I am from the locale congregation of Antioch, and I am a CWS choir member.
Hi, I'm Sister Rosalie Corona from the locale of Antioch, and I am a deaconess in the locale.
And we're so happy for you guys to be here, and that you guys are here. Honestly, I'm honestly a little bit awestruck because having watched the things, the film, basically the INCinema film, and the things we said today, like in the regional activity, you guys won that award, right?
We did. Surprisingly, there was a lot of awards, and the film got a lot of nominations, so it was great.
And just to name a few, the film itself received Best in Promoting Christian Values, Best Cinematography, and Best Film, and many more.
And like I said, it's honestly so amazing to have you guys both, or all of you guys here. And it's truly such a blessing to see all the brethren really work together on this project.
And I agree. What was it like working together as a family on this production?
Well, I think as a family, it was great because we were able to practice our lines. We were always home, and our daughter here was always very excited, saying, "Pa, did you practice your lines today?" So she had us on point. She had us, a schedule for us to. It's time to practice. Did you practice? Did you memorize the lines? So it was fun.
So Catalina was basically you guys' accountability buddy. Just about, right?
She was.
It was pretty much easier and like keeping everyone on task, like helping everyone memorize the lines.
They were slacking off, huh?
We were memorizing our lines during the ride.
So yeah, it was like pretty much fun, and all the more fun and easier working as a family.
Oh, you guys are incredible. That's incredible. And to Rosalie, how was it working as, I know you guys had talked about it briefly, but how was it for you?
Truthfully, it was comfortable but uncomfortable at the same time. I think comfortable being that we know each other, uncomfortable because there's lines and scripts that we don't normally say or interact in that in the scene or whatever. But yeah, it was overall it was comfortable.
Thank you guys so much. Like I said, welcome. And Brother David, can you give us 3 qualities that you believe that as an actor you should have?
Let's see here. Definitely being resilient to change, because I know that there was always a schedule, so many scenes to go through, and maybe some scenes took a little longer than others, so we had to adjust. So being able to be resilient to change was, I think it's important.
Honestly, like I said, I'm awestruck having to meet you guys in person, but it's like I can't see any other actor or actress or basically in that role besides you guys. You guys made it such yours, honestly, as in your role.
Which segues us to our next question. When reading over the script, I know Sister Catalina, you made sure that your parents were on top of it when reading the script and going over the lines. How did you connect with the character that you were assigned?
Let's see here. So I played the part of being a father, and I guess as a dad, father, being married, I kind of tried to go into the role. It was a father that had problems with his family, and just trying to play all that out. Sure, I've seen some Korean drama, some Spanish drama, so you're like, okay, what can I use? What can I try? But no, it was just trying to go through it as also listening to the the coaches that we had, getting more explanation from the writer as far as here's what we're trying to portray in this scene, and I guess like I mentioned earlier, just being resilient to change and to be able to adjust, and doing the practices, dry runs, and then absorbing the feedback to better adapt how it was intended to be played. So.
Thank you so much. And Sister Catalina, I have a question for you, right? Since you are our ringleader in making sure we memorize our lines, what are some tips you can give not only for the ones here, but for our audience back home on how to memorize lines?
For me, it was reading the line and then memorizing it in your mind multiple times until you look at the script and then say that line without looking, and then practice and go with the flow.
And let's go back to Sister Rosalie. What do you feel like was the one of the takes that you felt like you had a bit of time or a bit of trouble trying to get down?
The most hardest was probably my first take, the scene that with Aubrey at the table with tea, talking about Benny and not having to end up like me and Peter. Yeah, that was my hardest one. I have to say, I even had an alert on my watch saying that my heart was beating like over 140 that night. That was my hardest one. My other one, the other scene that I thought was kind of funny, was me waiting for 4 hours to do one line. It was the time that I went to go visit him after he prayed, and I had 2 lines to say, or 2 words to say. Hi, Peter, went down to just the word hi.
It was just, I'm sure it was probably just like getting it like that exact, probably tone, am I right?
Yes.
Or just like, it's probably one of those simple lines that, it really helps build the story.
Mm-hmm.
And how about our Miss Actress here, Miss Catalina? What would you say was your hardest take?
My hardest take would probably be the one where I was in the bedroom with the main character, Sister Angie, as Aubrey. And it was kind of emotional because I had to play as the little sister, asking what happened, why the father, my dad, as playing my dad as well,
Right.
Why did he leave? So it was kind of many takes trying to be a certain tone and emotion.
Mhm.
So that would probably be one of the hardest.
Oh my goodness. I'm honestly in inspired because you're so well spoken. You're so well spoken, and you know I'm so thankful for you guys sharing your little tidbits of the behind the scenes of what went into that film. I mean, you guys put a lot of work in to not only memorize lines, get that emotional feeling in, and really just bringing the best out of those roles.
Thank you to all those who were on camera. Let's also see what those that were behind the camera also have to say.
And when we return, we'll be learning more about the production and the post-production of the things we said today and take a look at the behind the scenes. Stay tuned.
Hey, there's my college graduate.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome back, brethren. We hope you are even more excited to learn about the film, the things we said today.
As we recap, we were able to learn even more about the planning and actual filming from the brethren that played our favorite characters in the film.
Now, let's take a look into the actual filming with this short video.
Sound.
Speeding.
Wait.
Scene 3D, take one.
And action. Thanks for coming today. It's our first table read, I think, in a long time.
This project is called Things We Said Today. It's an INCinema production this year because there are a lot more families involved. It's a bigger cast, it's a bigger crew.
What do you know about this production that's going on?
What do I know about this production? I know Brother TJ wrote the script. I read it. It's pretty interesting. I like it.
With that said, I feel like I haven't gotten to look at the script fully to really understand the story.
You said you read it.
No, I did, but you know, I want to focus on my lines.
I bet you wish you matched this.
As an actor, I was able to bond with the rest of the actors, most especially with my scene with Brother David as Peter in the movie.
This production specifically, this is all from, the help and the volunteering of all the brethren. This isn't part of their day jobs or anything. This is all just from pure love of being able to participate.
The things we said today it's a story of forgiveness. It's a story of second chances. Not everyone is perfect, but it's how we deal with it. It's how we cope with it. But more importantly, it's more of how we go forward with our lives.
So nice to hear from the brethren behind the camera.
Before we finish up, let's hear a few words from some of our brethren that worked tirelessly behind the computer screens that brought us this wonderful film.
And with us here today, we have Brother TJ Huputan, Sister Danica Lee, and our super awesome brother, looking real spiffy right now, Brother Tim and Lee. Can you guys introduce yourselves? I mean, I did technically do that for you guys, but tell us where you guys are from and the CFO you're a part of.
My name is Sister Danica Lee. I'm a deaconess from the locale of Hayward.
I'm Brother Tim and Lee, locale of Hayward. I am a deacon, and I am also the vice president for the Book Club organization.
I'm Brother TJ Kukutan, and I'm from Burlington.
A question for everyone. How has the film helped you? And what were some of the tasks assigned to you?
For this film, I was one of the producers. This film definitely inspired me to be stronger in my faith. This is my third INCinema project that I've done as a producer, and it's always very inspiring to see members participate in this type of project.
You know, it's a wonderful feeling to inspire others, right? How about you, Brother Tim?
I feel like I'm one of the biggest cheerleaders within the backstage. I was part of the acting crew. I was also helping out with lighting and the mic. But again, just being a big cheerleader for everyone, just having everyone be positive, getting ready to film, and just making sure we're ready to do whatever we need to do for that day.
Very motivating. Glad everyone had that cheerleader there. Very well-rounded in your qualities. How about you, Brother TJ?
For me, it was just really seeing the work that everyone did, because this is all volunteer-based, and everyone sacrificed their time. We pretty much only shot on weekends, so everyone gave up their weekends for like 2 months straight. So, but just seeing everyone working together, working for the same vision. At least I haven't heard anyone complain. I don't know if they complain to other people, but everyone seemed to enjoy themselves, have a good time, and it's just inspiring just to see how what we can accomplish. If we just all unified together as one.
Yeah, that unity seen with everyone, the cast, crew, and everybody is very inspiring also.
And Brother TJ, and I do have a few questions for you, because I know you're not only just the screenwriter, but you do have a few roles in this movie. And a follow-up question to that would be, what was the inspiration to the script?
For me, well, I just really wanted to portray something that we haven't really seen before, at least through INCinema, because I really wanted to portray some of the issues that some people will face. We really wanted to do it as honest as we could. When I initially pitched the story to Danica, she was worried at first because she didn't think we would get approved. So we had backup pitches just in case, but sometimes there are just some stories that we think we're not allowed to tell, but we really wanted to push forward and just showcase, when there's always a misconception about people from the outside that, like if you join the church, like that, you need that so your life is perfect and everything, but one of the things that we're supposed to go through is the trials and tribulations. So we really want to showcase that even though we are members of the church, we will still go through things, and it's just how do we respond to those things.
And I think that's one of my favorite things from the movie, is just the portrayal of life. I think that's, you guys really did try to encompass that, and it was portrayed well. Thank you guys so much for all you guys' work.
And to build on that question, for Sister Danica and Brother TJ, what was the inspiration for the design, visuals, and even the musical idea for the film?
90s, so it's just things that I grew up watching from when I would watch movies in the 90s or the early 2000s. So we shot it anamorphic because that's just the style that I like to see. We added a little bit of film grain just because to me movies are made on film, so then that's what it's supposed to look like. So that's what we tried to emulate. Me and Wenzel, our director of photography.
And I do have a few questions, and thank you, because one of the things I have a lot of things I like about this film, by the way, is, like you said, the cinematography and that feel, the 90s feel. That was very well emulated. But from start to finish, how was it to really plan this production? I mean, I know there's a lot of things that went into it. And this isn't, like Sister Danica said, this isn't some of you guys' first films, but how was it to film this project from start to finish?
I think it's always challenging at first, but the district is always very supportive of the plans that we have. The main thing that we always do whenever we plan something, even if it's just the core group of the production, is we have to start emotional prayer first. And then from there, we slowly build what we need. We create a timeline, what do we want to get done within the first month, how do we start, recruiting for cast and crew, and then starting, how do we build our scheduling for the filming. And then just seeing that all come together is one of the best things ever.
TJ, or Sister Danica, when seeing your production come to life, did it meet your expectations or did it exceed your expectations?
Danica, go first.
Okay, when I saw the movie afterwards, and after knowing what the script was about, yeah, definitely exceeded our expectations. I think we did so much better than what we had hoped for in the beginning.
So TJ, would you like to add on?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would agree that it definitely exceeded my expectations. Because I was writing it for, on and off for about a year, and we didn't really cast anyone until like maybe the month before we started, so we didn't even know who would be in it. So, like I had explained to them, like when I wrote the characters, I kind of just based everyone on me. That's just easier for me because like, oh, how would they respond? It's like, oh, how would I respond? So, like when I'm visualizing it, it's almost just like me in every scene. So when I finally saw what it would be like with actual people, it's like it really exceeded my expectations. Like there's things like I didn't expect it to go that way, but when they gave the performance, it was a good performance. I'm like, oh, so yeah.
And that's really good to hear because that means it's just like the enthusiasm. Then regardless of what happens, if there were, you guys just kind of, you guys made it happen. That's really something really inspiring to hear. And we're thankful for you guys' work and all your projects.
And like on the flip side, knowing that this film has exceeded your expectations, what was your favorite scene filming and why?
For me first, probably the scene with the father Peter and the daughter Aubrey, because that was just such an emotionally charged scene. We did our best preparing the actors, Brother David and Sister Angelica, but at the end of the day, that scene was theirs. And thanks to our Almighty God, we only did, I think, only a couple of takes, and each take was getting better and better and better. And I think for me, that was my favorite scene because it just felt so real, and we felt like this was really going to be shown to the brethren and let them see that, yeah, that happens and that's okay. Yeah.
Brother Tim, the production's cheerleader,
Yes.
what was your favorite scene and why?
Can I say the whole film? But for me, it's when I met and spoke with Brother David, who was Peter in the film. When we had our scene, our interaction, it's one of those, not just the scene itself, but just speaking with one another, getting ready for the scene to be shot. It's that personal level. So I really feel like I'm a lot closer to Brother David on the personal level. And that's one of the best things that you can get from being part of productions like this. You get to meet different brethren from around your district, get to really know them on a personal level, and that's one of the reasons why I do this every time I can.
It's like what Brother TJ said with our unity, right? With working with one another and inspiring others. Lastly, our scriptwriter, Brother TJ, what was your favorite scene and why?
I wouldn't say scene, but it's related to Danica's, but it was that day because normally for our schedule we would do maybe 2, maybe at most 3 scenes on one day, but just because of the way scheduling and deadlines were coming up, when we shot that particular scene, we actually had to shoot 6 scenes in that one day. And that was on a Sunday, so when everyone was free, it would start at like around 4:30, and we just had to like power through that day. We had a week to prepare, and we were all dreading it. I was afraid, I'm like, oh man, it's probably going to be the worst day that we'll have. But when it actually happened, it's probably actually my favorite day because everything was like a well-oiled machine. Everyone was there. We were there for long hours, and like we just powered through all those scenes, and they all turned out well, and including that climactic scene. So it's like, if you look at it, like there's scenes from the beginning of the movie, the middle of the movie, and then the end of the movie, all shot in that one day. So even though that scene, which takes place during the day, the sun had already set, so we had to put a lot of lights outside to make it look like it was still daytime.
Your dedication is very inspiring.
And, when it comes to the activity that we held for following the production, we've had a regional INCinema Awards, and That was where multiple districts had traveled to Northwest California to receive their awards, right? What was that like? That having finished the film and you've edited it, you've submitted it, what was that experience like for you guys?
I think it was just exciting. We get to share the project that we have with other districts that have also finished their projects. And just being, I think, in that same building and meeting everybody else and talking about, how their projects came to be. It was just really fun and it was just really exciting.
We would like to welcome everyone to the 2023 INCinema Awards.
Glimpse of these talented brothers and sisters who are part of the bigger picture. Here are the nominees.
Stay strong.
Choices but honestly, glory and praises
And that actually wraps up for today's segment. Thank you for all the brethren for sharing your creative talents. And we hope that everyone who will be watching this film enjoys.
Thanks to the ministers in the District of Northwest California, our CFO advisor, Brother Melvin Bayangoan, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Linwell De Leon, and our District Supervising Minister, Brother Eduardo G. Javier.
And we would like to extend a thanks to our church administration and to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V.
Thank you for watching CFO Today, Breakthrough Entertainment. See you next time.
And there you have it, dear viewers. What an incredible journey into the making of the things we said today and the magic that happens behind the scenes. A big thank you to our talented brethren who shared their experiences and insights. From the heartwarming unity of the brethren to the creative minds behind the camera, we have witnessed the dedication that brought this film to life. Remember, it's in our collective efforts that we inspire one another. Let's continue to create, uplift, and bring joy through our talents. This is Seth Reynosa saying stay tuned for more inspiring content on CFO Today International's The Breakthrough Entertainment. Break it down.